70% of the posts there are in line with a light-hearted view on things from people who care about Israel. I would say that 20% are genuinely nice stories about Israel, which makes you feel very proud. For example, so one guy was on there talking about the fact that he was in Israel visiting from North America with his two kids, and they were both ill, and they were both in the back of the car in a taxi. They both had a fever, and they're both asleep, and he needed to desperately get them medicine, and he stopped outside a pharmacist, and he said that only in Israel would he be comfortable to leave his two most prized possessions alone in the back of a taxi with a taxi driver he's never met before going. Last night I was talking to someone who's telling me that I told her that story. She goes, I had the taxi driver take my 5-year-old son, bring him into my house and put him into his bed. And in stories of people who have fell asleep, someone fell asleep on the bus. It got all the way to the stop where it needed to go, and so the bus driver, on the way back to the station in Tel Aviv, went via her office or her house to drop her off. And there are a number of things, and it's about keeping that balance, and actually moderating this thing it's a balance, because you want to let things go. And the other 5-10% of people that clearly have had some really annoying experiences, and it might also be a reflection of their own personalities, their type of, you see the people who everything is black, but it doesn't matter what happens where you see.